Yeah, I'm with you, right? And so Nuke has to be where they buckle down, where they unify here as we kick things off into the pistol round. It does seem like Timbermen close that knife round out, so they'll get that CT side start here. We'll see if Davenport can come through with any energy in these opening pistols. Get a full util set and pug. And it seems like they're just going to go fast out A, just trying to take these early tools, but Snav is welcoming them with open arms. Multi-kill on the entry, but Bebo and Korn have a response.
There we go. Dry run into the A site with the smoke to mini. What will do instead? Oh no! Catastrophe! The bomb they try to go down the vent, but the bomb's caught out in the open, Cole. A gut punch to be sure. Pug alone in the vents, he's gone. Oh dear. If anything was to go wrong in that round, it would be exactly that. Timbermen, they'll get themselves a pistol.
It's super brutal right there. They try to adjust. They try and go down the lower site. That's not an avenue they can take. Bomb dropping, that just spoils the round right then and there. It's really, really difficult to pull it back from the brinks of that. So they've got a full eco in the cards. 1 P250 that I see. That's all they got going on for them, right? We'll see what they decide to do. Nice damage on the Nero. He's going to fall back into a very passive approach, just trying to hold on to his rifle. Bug's still taking some duels and still delivering some damage as well.
I mean, he's just having a field day out, but of course, it's anti-eco. He even tossed in. There are some very low HP bars, but it's not Snavs, so it might not matter too much. Snavs just going all out right now. And despite that were landed here, it'll only result in one from Bebo. So, Timbermen clean up the anti-eco as all was foretold. Should be worth mentioning as well that, I mean, Davenport yesterday were actually able to get some good things started on their T side. They had some good ideas. Some of the rounds they were able to dig themselves out of spotty situations. They can channel some of that against the Timbermen. Maybe they can get something going. Raise some steam in the engines and train moving.
And if I'm not mistaken, they lost a couple of very close rounds as well in that T side that could have, potentially changed the way that game looked like. The outer yard aggression to kick things off in the opening round. One player has to dance behind the back of Red here. Dare trying to fight for his life, but Snap's pushed up close. We'll see if Spec is wise to check it.
Oh, they don't. Hard player Pug still good on the trade, and the FAMAS from Dare not doing him any favors. 3v4. Now they just have to slink back here for the Timbermen. You're in like gamble stack territory right here, Cole.
Or at least some sort of aggressive movement needing to be made, right? Someone has to go proactive. Someone has to make a hero play. Retake some ground here in this round, because if you just try and hold off in these sites, you're gonna just lose to the numbers game. Shane's taking a forward approach towards this ramp control. Gets a flash off. He's standing here. He's committed to the fight, and they've already slipped past him. One killing. He adjusts for the second. He'll be able to keep things in good standing and drop bomb. Nero's come in time and nails the clothesline headshot. Good for 2. And drops Pug as well. Such a tricky round, pulled back with ease from Timbermen.
And this is the stuff we were seeing yesterday from Davenport, was just the lack of execution on this map. This time around, they hand Shane a double kill. They're not moving as an entry unit. They're just having one player take one path, another player take a different path, and it allows Shane to get himself a double kill and even buy extra time for Nero to come in rotation. Lack of synergy, at least on the entry passing. Davenport University. Coach will try to make it, but Eros going to deal with them. Nero the same. This anti-eco is going as Gaben intended. Spec 1v5, and well, Cole, do you think he has this? Yeah, he has actually made a couple good headshots so far, but he'll meet his matching kill. 4-zip for Timbermen.
Swift dismissal of that one. They'll keep things in good standing there. Building up some of that CT side economy as well. Hop and Dare still, and a lot to be worried about here in the early stages for Davenport. You want to get, these gun rounds started off pretty hot, and they had themselves a very, very clean access point. A quick 2-for-1 trade in that outer yard. We talked about there needed to be some sort of heroic aggression coming through.
Here we go.
Still. gotta find a way to deal with this.
Dare getting himself into secret. It's a duality of offer success. Dare gets himself into secret. Kojimo tries to make an aggressive play, but he is pinned down by every sense of the word. He's 29 HP. He'll be able to B-hop away successfully, and Dare will strike from secret. Just that deadly. And Pug trying to make a move outside. He needs a 1v1, but he's been spotted. Cross depletion is going to be so easy for that. Pug never had a chance.
I'll walk back in towards ramp as
there's a double setup here.
Ditch effort, right? Shane
Snap is also into hell right now. Just gonna peek off the contact, and this is how it's gonna go, folks. This was just a, I mean, from the 3v5 to the get-go, this was just not gonna be a successful endeavor for the Davenport University side. 5-0 start for the Timbermen.
They're just running out those early exchanges now. And then, again, I mean, it was just kind of a desperation play to head in towards ramp and the 3-on-5, but Timbermen know these rotations. They're pretty sharp on this map, and so they're just so well prepped for that sort of movement. Pop in the hands of Dare still held on to. It's just nothing being brought out here. They can get a half by. Maybe they can go for a pop it around like this. That's oftentimes the case that teams can look to really bring out. There's not too much utility. It's one molly, a couple pop flashes in, a couple smokes. That might just be enough here, but something's got to start working. At least trying to do some damage on a round like this can be critical.
And be able to at least start this little A-pop. You're right. Right to the sweep, right to the door. Kel, the player only on the site, has support from Heaven, though, from Dare, and Kel is just going to go in here. The Worshipper, they go. Kel with 3. And Spec. Afraid to say it, but I'm not sure he has a chance here. He's already gushed down. He's going to slink back away in the lobby. Try to reposition. But try is the big factor here. Spec's going to hit the dirt. Timbermen up 6-0. Trying to throw something at this equation, but man, if you just give these Timbermen players open fights, they're just going to win them every time.
No doubt about it. And again, I mean, you have a good game plan, right? The execution was there. I almost think they had Kel isolated alone on the bomb site, but they weren't able to overwhelm him. He just walks away with multi-kill after multi-kill in the highest of pressure situations. Makes it look very easy. And I'm just starting to wonder, you know, is that great shooting there from Kel dealing with the pistols, or is that maybe a lack of positioning?
Okay.
Able to land 2 op shots, not just 1. 2 to finish the job. There's an answer, of course. Snap on the Spec to keep things somewhat even.
Oh, Kel is still top hut, though. He's already positioned. He's not playing back silo now. Is there ever gonna be a top hut molly to knock him off? I'm not sure. Smoke front squeaky, though, comes through, and I will nullify any sort of lobby presence that Davenport University can have. They're going to try and re-clear outside. Trying to get in a little bit of a wall smoke.
I think they are bringing this out right now. I don't know if there's any gaps in that smoke, but it doesn't matter. They've already sold some rotations in towards that lower side of things. Quite a few, in fact. It's going to be a bit of a gamble stack here from Timbermen in terms of going down into the B side. If this is what Davenport want to commit it into, they might be in for a very rude awakening.
It's going to pay off, dude. Or, I mean, 3 players that can come in quick rotation to lower site. And such tight choke points. But actually, one of these secret players is considering to rotate back up through Squeaky. But now, damn, he's not going to second guess himself now. Huge entry, though, from Pog. Now Shane up on top of the site. He has been spotted, and Regal's going to entry him out. Snap on the off. Made up for the bomb planter, but that will not deny. Huge entries being found here by Davenport University. Despite 2 players being in position, they've still best them.
Wild stuff. Kel, he's hanging about around for a little while. Yeah, this has definitely got to be a save. He's just looking for a couple exits there. Davenport closing that round off. It just seemed very, very tricky that they were able to get away with that, right? I mean, 2 very nice shots hit from Pug and Bebo to close things out. That's phenomenal work from them, but is it replicable? That's the question.
Thank you for protecting our ears from the bomb blast, Mr. Observer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Here we are, 6-1. Davenport University, they come up with massive entries. That is something that, at least that's been a bit of a criticism, at least of mine. The executions of their takes. But just getting a massive shot onto air and being able to drop Shane on the site. Davenport University are still fighting in this game. Sure. If they win this, maybe they can start to whittle away at the CT economy. There, middle of the open. And I don't blame Bevo for not being able to hit the instant headshot. 4-on-5 quickly established here for Timbermen.
So they start. I think Kojo's been going for that approach quite a bit. So I think they was hoping to find him, but we'll take his prize instead of flash towards the outer yard. Spec is lucky to walk away with his life right now. A team flash in the mix there, but they're gonna split in towards Mini. Chasing things down. Spec is permanently blind, and he will go down. It's a nice setup there for Bug to help Snav out. And Snav's going to get out of dodge utilizing a smoke here. This is incredible stuff. The underhand HG just going to reveal Pug's position. He's still being a nuisance. He's still yet to be traded. He's playing his life so well. Dude. So Nero's going to strike from Mini as the smoke fades away. And they still have to find Snav out. Pug's last man standing as the rest of his teammates have melted around them. But it's a swift answer back from Timbermen.
Yeah, they know where he is. Pug's about to swing out. Snav is able just to throw out a net out towards outside and just catch all the fish. Or the, not a reference to koi, but catch the fish's team. 7-1 right now for Timbermen. I mean, just right now they try out. They lose the opening pick. They try outside and it just does not go their way.
There's a lot of misfortune taking place there, but also, again, it's that issue that is oftentimes the case for Davenport's T-sides struggle with cohesion. The Molly's in. HG's right on the money for some chip damage. Kojo having no fun right now. He just gets smoked off. Holding that angle so patiently, hoping for an overextension, but it will never come his way.
They're going to try and creep into secret. They'll be able to. We'll drop a couple lower rotates in. Right now, Spec is just going to be a lurk. Joined by his teammate in Pug. They don't have a lot of utility to at least make a lot of noise down on the lower site. But there's still is a heavy B commitment from the Timbermen.
See if the slow play is going to work out with Davenport. Not being too proactive, but at the very least, I think I do like this adjustment that they have in the outer yard. A tricky setup inside the hut, though, right now, doubling up here.
Corn's gone. As there's no surrounding. I'm not sure if he spotted Kel as well. That could be big information if so, but evidently not. Kel swings out with the rock Bug instantly. And they try to recover the situation. There's just so many bodies on this A site. Kojo actually gets himself down the vent, though. He is outplayed the CT side. They will not come in rotation. Kojomo has a chance to plant. He'll get it in. An off, a 1v3. He's going to close that door, but he needs to find safe haven somewhere in this site. And they're quickly running down through the single door. He needs to dice the tools now, but he has his knife in hand. Trying to quick switch for the shots. But Kel on the instant trade. 8-1 for Timbermen.
Yeah, there's just no chambering those shots in time to deal with all three players. So wise from Timbermen to group up in that occasion. Overwhelm. Remaining opera there. Davenport. The struggles will continue, but at the very least, Kojo sneaking away with that bomb plant does give them opportunity to buy up here once again. So that's a silver lining. The T side needs to lift off. They need to find something, right? I mean, maybe 4 or 5 rounds can be enough if you walk into the CT side strong, but they have found limited success, to say the least, here. And now, op shot on the D is good.
Oh, and Dare is a huge off angle. Kojo could take to find him. He's down to 9 points of health. He's also taking a lick of a molly. Short ace where he goes down, but he's still gonna hit the shot too. Battle option for Dare. No luck. They can wallbang that with an AK. I'm surprised they haven't yet already. And Pug is not gonna play on top of top red. Dare is going to survive for somehow a few more seconds. They're gonna turn and burn back to ramp though. This time around, Shane can't fight this. No way, Dare is still alive. You're kidding.
Dude.
And Pug even goes down. How has Dare been allowed to survive for this long? They're gonna go back into the lower site, but 2 players are waiting for them. Off angle's being held here by Shane. He has been spotted, however. And Kel is going to make his presence noted. So they know where both of these 3 defenders are. Can they execute upon it? Certainly they can. Bebo will start, but a huge gap in that smoke, and that's going to cost them. Nero coming in on the flank, and Timbermen 9-1.
I don't see a world where Dare gets a kill there and gets out alive, right? I don't really understand it. I'm hard to wrap my head around it right there. You got away with so much. And then some afterwards. I mean, just staying alive there is wild. It leads them into a half by. Tech9's in play. Full utility set. Glass being broken open here. Well, looks like they might go for a massive ramp rush. Might be running low on ideas. Smoke for the molly. They'll go right past it into Shane's crosshair. Diving in, but immediately taken care of. Dispatch. He'll hold steady with 3 kills. No questions asked. Kojo finally to trade. But the numbers have already dropped.
This is a deflated Davenport right now. They're just throwing everything at the wall. 6. I mean, the thing is here for the Timbermen is Dare is just doing 360s, 360s. Helicopter off. It's just the rotations right now. The Timbermen are just too much to handle. They're always there. It seems like you take down 1 CT and then there are 3 more all of a sudden. 10-1.
We're kidding. Very fast in terms of offering up support as well. It's a very dynamic CT side that they're running right now. If someone calls in for a little bit of assistance, it very quickly arrives onto the scene, and I think that is extremely difficult for Davenport to handle. Top of the hands of Dare. I thought he was going for a bit of a run boost there, but instead he's just going to take a quick door peek. Kojo does find it, though. He's been going for that attempt quite a few times, and this time he's able to catch the counterpart.
Nero, though, picks it up. Pug is watching for it. Oh, can't hit a headshot. Crouch peek from Nero. Will drop the bomb into lobby. Davenport just getting battered right now.
Oh, no.
Nero is just relentless. Ebo does have the bomb. And Kojimo, okay, will continually punish, but now that's the bomb dropped. Or is it? No, it's just Kojo. Bomb's still in play. The vent is open for a potential rotate, but Kel will snag Spec on the way out, and Bebo must put together a 1v3, just like his counterpart in Kojo. This time he has some utility to play with. The molly will work out in towards the single door. He needs to buy himself some extra space. Crosses the side, big shot in there by Bebo, but he can't line up the double. And it's Timbermen just continuing to run amok on the CT side. 11 rounds already, Cole. I think that's already enough for this half.
Oh, yeah. It's more than enough, I feel like, at this point. Again, Davenport were able to utilize some of that effective aim for that 1 round, right? I mean, Pug and Bebo hit some nice shots, but there's a sea of blue that is washing over Davenport right now on the CT side. We can talk about all the bomb plants in the world. We can talk about all these close rounds, you know, attempted 1v3s, but it is just too clean. And the defense here in Davenport haven't had really any response. Going back for secret control attempted, but Dare's going to post up ready with the AWP, and they've already found an opener. Yep,
Snap's going to be able to snag one and get away. Dare is also in towards secret, which is just providing so many more problems than there already are for Davenport University. Volley in, Dare is burning a little bit. We'll have to smoke himself out, but in the meantime, Pug has just been dinked down through the smoke. They might consider making their way into secret. Maybe going for a bit of a garage wrap, but there are players patrolling everywhere for the Timbermen. Snav making sure there's nothing I can sneak in towards Mini. Or into hell. Bebo is going to begin to make his move. But Snav up close and personal. It's about to have some contact right next to him. It's a weird angle when there's players up close. They sneak by. They snuck by him. Oh, they crouched underneath the lip. Oh no, but Nero comes back from the ramp, and these jumps are being heard on the top of heaven, surely. Yeah, they're so aware of this potential. Kojo, Kojo has a timing. Kojo has just found a timing, but in the meantime, Thorn hits the deck, and narrows in towards lockers. That's the bomb on the floor. Timbermen up to 12. You know, I'll say it again. As much as you guys want to, as much as there is to say about this team of the Timbermen, are good at Counter-Strike Global Defensive.
I think Davenport are in the position where they can do no right. They snuck by Snav's line, but once they try and play a little bit of peekaboo, once they hit that on crouch button, they got immediately headshot. And he walks away with 1 kill in an impossible scenario, so this is dire straits for Davenport here, as they struggle to find anything on their T side. Again, they're going back to the classics here, just trying to take some early out yard control, try and get someone tucked in towards secret. Mission accomplished for now. At least Spec has been able to work his way out. What is the game plan thereafter? What are they going to do with this forward positioning?
Just gonna hope and pray, but they do have Spec in to secret. That's maybe a little reward. Of course, they are aware of this possibility. They do have Shane down on the other side. In the meantime, though, Dare has been taking a lot of flack, and Kel is forced out, but the lurk of Spec has just been hunted down aggressively by Nero. He went down the vents. Or rather, he went... Excuse me. Where did he actually get Spec? I think he actually pushed down into secret. Anyway, never mind how that works. Dare's barrel's been spotted. How does he keep surviving, though, is the biggest question. They'll get some entries into the site, but will they clear Kel? An instant 2-piece. And a man advantage right now working for Timberman. The bomb's going to be planted in the open. That smoke is looking like it's about to fade. And Nero might have opportunity. Bebo, though, unaware. 1v3. Dare needs a quick second, and maybe he can make a 1v3 happen. To maybe have something here for Davenport. He'll get it as the nade gets him post-mortem. He needed that. Davenport University needed that. A 1v3 for Kojomo.
Oh, and they get it, man. Kojomo delivers him the first T round in forever. The other one being 10 rounds prior. But at the very least, he closes it out with a 1v3. Maybe you can secure yourself a 12-3 half, you get a pistol, and you could be back into it. It feels a little bit far-fetched right now with how out of it Davenport look. A third's going to be required, though, and maybe that's a lifeline that they need. They're going for a pretty fast play. Smoke for the molly. They will get themselves down vents pretty comfortably as well. This forward positioning is quite nice to have. But they've been able to deal with Spec on the alerts once before.
Shane down lower. They have Dare up top. Does miss the shot. He's caught with his utility in hand. He's actually going to be forced down lower side. And look at this from Spec. Oh, it's almost perfect. But Dare will get run down at the end of the day. The damage on my Spec is good enough. Shane, though, back to the site, trying to commit for the spray. He gets 2. Even landing some more damage. USP in hand for Shane. But double kill from Kojomo and Pog. A triple kill together. And now Kel in a 1v2. The bomb yet to be planted. Kel thinks they're rotating away, but these footsteps could be heard. Just gonna commit to setting down the bomb, and Kel's made the wrong gamble.
Completely sold the fake there. Kojomo looking to pull back a 3rd round for Davenport. Alongside his IGL of Pug. Kel on the rotate, but this is all heard. They know exactly where he's coming from.
He has to pray that someone has to give him a fight. They are low, admittedly, but just looking to peek off of each other's contact. Kel is going to begin his move out forward. Smoke with the bomb as a player in dark, and Kojomo uses his time right. 12-3. Is this comebackable, Cole?
Pistol round required, that's for sure, but again, that's still far-fetched. We saw Davenport get off to an extremely slow start on their CT side versus Snakes Den. And this just isn't enough room to work with. I'm not going to believe in it just yet, but maybe if they can secure the pistol, they can follow it up with a couple successful rounds, and it could be in good standing. You've got 2 full utility sets, though, inbound here for Snav and Shane, so I wonder what they have in store for this one.
Alright, looks like he's gonna go for a straight pop hit. Smoke into Mini, and they're all out. But the thing is here for Davenport, they have not committed any players to this night. Oh, no. But Pug gets laser beamed through the smoke. Your chances of a retake quickly dwindle. A one-way smoke lined up for Bebo. But, man, the Timbermen entrenched in this site. Kel, right beneath the one-way. Right beneath these players. A headshot hit by Korn, but Kel, Nero, and Shane, everyone peeking together. That must-win pistol round is a far-fetched fantasy here. 13-3, Timbermen lead.
Yeah, and there goes, any sort of chance I feel like had a comeback straight to the wind. It's going to be forced by for the rest of the game, essentially, here as they do go for the second round of the half force. Eagles 5-7s in the mix there. A scout in the hands of Kojo. That's all they got to work with. And Timbermen have really elected for firepower in nearly every second round. They always go for these AKs if they've won the pistol. They always play it very safe, very confident to try and win up against these anti-force spies.
So it's only Korn, 3-15. It has not been a good game for anyone here for Davenport. Or maybe Kojimo. Okay. Something. At least we'll snag a frag. There are 3 players down here for the side of Davenport University. Maybe they can make things do, but of course the weaponry not favoring them. Hug was reconsidering, hesitant on the rotation, didn't actually fully commit to the site. Running through, unable to hit a headshot. The exact opposite here for Timbermen. Kojimo's off to say 14-3 right now. The end of the road here in Denver, Colorado for Davenport University is looking near.
Yeah, this could be, the beginning stages of their exit. Although arguably that could have been stated quite a few rounds ago. And they just couldn't find any sort of room to work with. T sides, I don't think we're enough here. CT side, Kojomo. Again, a bit of a shining light and what is a pretty bleak Davenport look here on Nuke. I mean, 2 of the 3 rounds, he was nearly sole responsible with big multi-kills. One of them being a 1v3. It's not a one-man show. It can't be if you want to close out versus Timbermen.
Certainly can't. And it's for Davenport University. They're going to eco this one out. I mean, honestly, if they can win this round, I mean, there's no way, there's no guaranteed way that Davenport can get back into this game. It's going to take something literally historic to make a comeback happen at this rate. I mean, PT50s are going to have to start it.
No doubt. That would be pretty nuts. Talking about LAN momentum, but this is a huge clawback. If there was a map to do it on, it could be that CT side of Nuke, right? But again, it's still so limited. Not so much working out for Davenport, and the shining light has been taken down as well. Kojomo dropping. That's the only one with any sort of bite in this round. I guess Pug does have a little bit to work with, but Spec has dropped as well. And here's the rotations in line, and the overwhelming factor coming on forward here for the B side of things.
Do it? No. Yeah, came close there, but no manpower to back him up. All right, folks, 15-3. Glass cannon out for Kojo. I mean, at least the hope here for Davenport University. At least get a highlight reel moment on the way out. At least show you can do something here on this Nuke CT side, but like you're missing so many of your star players for Davenport. Spec and Korn, who had an excellent map 1. Relegated to less than 5 kills throughout this entire game. And some of them have perished every single round. So Just no luck here. That's a fantastic start, though, from Korn. A piping hot shot through the smoke, and there goes Kojimo. Kojimo with a double. And it's going to turn it into a triple kill for Kojimo. Punishing the haphazardness there for Timbermen. Of course, this is one brick in the many bricks it takes to build a house.
Seems like they've heard you though, right? At least you made it a nice little highlight reel right there. Coach certainly did. It's flawless to start things off. 15-4. That's a whole lot more of a road to travel here if they want to get anywhere close to a comeback. But at least you're making it look fancy, right? You do get a nice little 3K to add to your clips.
It's a nice start there from Korn as well. Just a very nice pop shot through the smoke. Able to take down the enemy. Fragger slows it down enough that Kojo can get himself into position. Big deal. Kojo back wielding the AWP. Rest of the Timbermen. Just gonna leave Dare to lurk outside. There is this off angle held and hugged down on 1 point of health. The margins there could not be slimmer. And inside, they're already in. Kojima with a nice shot, though. Always hitting good bullets, always hitting fast shots. He's going to need to drop a smoke. He's going to need to continue being a hero here for Davenport University. Hold on to this game. A good molly onto the planter. Might force him out in the open. Nero gets burnt down just a little bit. Maybe making it easier. Hug maybe. Potential to swing back into this round. Oh, and Specto getting gushed up. He's surviving, but on the ladder, inaccurate. Can't take down Kel. 3-on-3. Bojo can't hit the instant shot. Needs to be quicker, but Korn on the flank. Could he do it? Shane, though, denying. To end it is Shane. Kojo to clutch. It's Shane with the 3K to put it together. The Timbermen take the series 2-1 and are going to be matching up versus Eros next in the lower bracket final.
To get themselves that reverse sweep, they're able to eliminate Davenport from Denver. But it was a great game they put up until, you know, Nuke, where it was just a complete collapse. But, I mean, until then, it did look like there was some fight. Davenport certainly looked good on Vertigo. Overpass, it slowed down. You have some stars in Kojomo, but the whole roster, they just couldn't quite deal with that firepower that Timberman is going to bring to the table. Lights out CT side on Nuke, and since then it was over.
Yeah, I think, again, it's the situation of just running out of gas there for the side of Davenport, just running out of ideas. Sometimes their ideas are good when they can come up with them, but it felt like just midway through that T side, just throwing stuff on the wall and seeing what sticks, and many multi-kills, sweeping some uncoordinated runs on some of the sites. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not myself in a position to be hypercritical of Davenport University. Look, I'm not necessarily the biggest expert, but I've seen a lot of CS. I could say that they're gonna have to go home and watch back a couple of demos.
Yeah, I mean, that's it for sure, right? It did look a little bit, you know, not cohesive in some of the plays that they were making, specifically on those T sides, right? Those are what really need to be honed in upon and focused up from Davenport, because there's a lot of rounds, like you said, where they had good game plans, they had good executions, they had good ideas, but you know, in those executions and in those, you know, closing, you know, finding the kills and finding the right space and the trades necessary to win rounds versus a team like Timberman, it just wasn't quite there, was it? And I think that's what came down to why this looked so good in the last two maps for them. Yeah,
certainly so here for the side at Timberman. Also, just being very relentless on the CT sides is a very big thing. Just, if you're able to react quickly, you know, every second matters on the CT side. Coming in late rotations makes it makes a very big deal in the long stretch. So they were able just to smother a lot of these executes, as well, sometimes they wouldn't be able to get the initial entry onto the site. It just they just struggle. So for sure, when heading back home here from Denver, Colorado, a 4th place is not bad for Davenport University. There's still plenty to learn for them.